Hello, my name is Bob Smith. I am the president of the Sales Tax Educators located in St. Louis. Before you watch the raw materials exemption video, I would like to give you some details about the video series for Texas manufacturing companies. Each sales tax exemption is limited to 3 minutes in length. Each individual tax exemption is divided into 3 parts. The first part generally explains the description of the exemption and any related issues associated with the exemption. The second part discusses mandatory sales tax requirements to claim sales tax relief on these purchases. The last part of the 3-minute exemption video, if time remains, includes valuable sales tax planning points that will be useful in managing your sales tax process. We use lifelike avatars to explain the sales tax exemptions, which makes the video more interesting. We also use manufacturing stock videos backgrounds to make the video more exciting and for recalling the sales tax exemptions better. You don't have to be a sales tax expert because the video is designed for laypersons to the expert level. The sales tax video series is made up of 3 separate MP4 files with a total length of approximately 90 minutes. The first video file consists of the sales tax exemptions for raw materials, which consist of 4 separate videos on Texas's raw materials resale exemptions. The next video file, which is the largest, is the production machinery and equipment video file that entails 17 individual videos on the production exemptions. The last file is the miscellaneous video file, which consists of 9 separate videos on various miscellaneous exemptions. There are several benefits, both compliance and financial, connected with purchasing the sales tax video series, so don't waste any time and buy the video today. Now here's a 3-minute video on raw materials that manufacturers use in their production operations. The subject is on the resale exemption for raw materials purchases that manufacturers use in the production process. Purchases of raw materials such as ingredients, materials, articles, component parts, manufactured goods, machinery, equipment, parts, and other tangible personal property that manufacturers use to make products are exempt from sales and use taxes. Remember, a retail sale occurs when the tangible personal property is transferred to the final customer and only at that time the sales tax is due. States consider raw material purchases, not as retail sales, but as purchases for sales for resale. Examine the sales tax statutes and rules to determine the state's mandatory tax requirements in order to claim the resale tax exemptions. For example, states compel manufacturers to send a duly executed resale exemption certificates to their vendors. Several states require raw materials to remain in the finished products in at least trace amounts for a particular purpose to qualify for the resale sales tax exemption.
My discussion is on the resale tax exemption for raw materials used in the manufacturing operations and Texas's exemption requirements. As you can see, we added the tax code for your convenience. I suggest you take the time to read the sales tax code on the raw materials exemption requirements. Earlier, my boss explained what is generally regarded as raw materials. Check the list below to jog your memory. Let's talk about the resale exemption requirements. The raw material must be directly used or consumed in the production process, and the material becomes part of the new product. The use of the raw materials is necessary or essential to the production process. Raw materials must produce physical changes or induce physical changes during the manufacturing of the products. Manufacturers sometimes use chemicals and catalysts to create physical or chemical changes to the raw materials or to remove impurities from the materials. They both qualify for the exemption. The finished goods are intended for resale. Keep in mind, not all finished goods are for resale. Track the products you give away, such as employee gifts, marketing promotions, or charitable donations, because these products are not for resale. A critical requirement is that manufacturers prepare and deliver to the vendor a properly executed resale exemption certificate. Now, here's Jennifer with the sales tax planning point.
The majority of state audit assessments come from missing or invalid resale and exemption certificates. Determine the state's resale exemption requirements for raw materials. Now, for an important sales tax planning suggestion. Some merchants allow cash discounts for paying the invoices early within the merchant's prescribed timetable. Verify that you are taking the vendor's cash discounts offer.